Pathetic Chuck Schumer begs Mike Johnson to abandon his values and become a Democrat. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where all the happy patriots are. We're happiest right here in exile because Chuck Schumer is having a miserable day. Let's watch.
We also saw what happens when one party, particularly in the House, not so much in the Senate, refuses to embrace bipartisanship.
By refusing to embrace bipartisanship, he means you refuse to come over and agree with us Democrats, even though you're in the majority.
The unproductive and dysfunctional House majority is the most unproductive and dysfunctional in modern history.
Unproductive is good. Anytime the government is not doing what it's been doing for the last 4 years, it's doing good. Locked up, ineffective. That's what Americans want. Stay out of our lives. Quit trying to fix us. Get out of the way. We've got this.
And what they did, what happened in the House because of that dysfunctional majority can be boiled down to 3 words: chaos, extremism, paralysis.
You haven't seen anything till Trump gets in office and we take over the Senate too. Hopefully with Senator Kari Lake would be great. You ain't seen nothing.
Donald Trump may not be in office, but his influence drove practically every major decision for the House Republicans at great cost to our country.
That just puts a little tear in my eye that Donald Trump is still in charge, even though he's out of office. He's influencing everything. He's just a private citizen.
We even saw MAGA extremists bring all of Congress to a grinding halt for more than a month by expelling their own speaker.
We dumped McCarthy, and now Chuck Schumer is appealing right now to Mike Johnson, the guy that replaced McCarthy. And he's saying, even though you got your big job, Mike Johnson, please come over and agree with us.
Even as crises raged in Europe and Middle East. Shameful. Unfortunately, the dark cloud of Donald Trump looms over Senate and House Republicans.
Oh, I'm getting a sunburn from that dark cloud. Trump's influence is so bright. Once again, it's a huge cell phone here. Trump's got to be smiling ear to ear.
And it's something I hope they will resist, because he is no good for the country, no good for their party.
He's just terrible for the party. Our numbers have never been higher, Chuck. That's how terrible he is for our party. He's blowing away the competition. He right now outstrips Biden in every major national poll. That's how bad he is for our party.
Mr. President, MAGA Republicans are incapable of governing, plain and simple.
Yeah, they'll never forget how bad we are at governing when they look at that southern border. Whose fault is that?
Americans will not forget that when they head to the polls next year.
When it's every Democrat that has turned a blind eye to the disaster at the southern border, that is at the top of your resume for how you guys govern. Everybody happy? You have Democrats in New York and Chicago saying, please stop busing people up here. We're in trouble. We can't afford this.
In conclusion, as we look to a new year, I urge my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to work together.
That would be suicide. He never means work together. We will come over and compromise with you. That always means when people talk about, hey, let's work together, they mean you come over and agree with me, because he's welcome to come over to the MAGA side anytime he wants, Chuck. Come over here. The water's warm. And it's not from Jerry Nadler peeing in the pool.
I urge my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to resist MAGA extremism that led their side to so much catastrophe.
That led their side to overwhelming victory in the polls, and is the only hope for America right now. That's what he's trying to stop. Nice try.
I urge Speaker Johnson not to let the 30 or so hard-right extremists keep running the show in the House, as they did for too much of this year.
Yeah, Johnson, don't let the people that put you in office, the 30 extremists, don't let them continue to work, even though they gave you your job. That doesn't make sense, Chuck.
It's not going to get any easier. The challenges we face remain great, but it is my hope, my earnest and fervent hope, because I love this country. I love this country.
You don't love this country. You don't love MAGA Republicans. You call us names. That's to 1/3 of the people that are trying to save this country. You don't believe in bipartisanship. This is a huge lie that he's purporting right now. So don't pretend like you love this whole country. You love the left.
That the experience of this year shows our colleagues on the other side that embracing MAGA is a recipe for failure.
We're going to keep failing all the way to the White House in 2024.
There'll be a lot at stake when we return in 2024. If we embrace bipartisanship, I'm confident we will succeed.
Okay, Chuck, come on over to MAGA. We will embrace your bipartisanship and we will succeed together all the way to Trump being your president. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.